Hi Libra, welcome to your weekly forecast for July 18th through the 24th. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to see what's coming up here in the week ahead. Now I'm setting the intention for the 18th through the 24th of July, but you might see this a few weeks from now, a few years from now, a few months from now. It's all good. You're going to see it whenever you were meant to see it, whenever it was time for you to hear the messages that are in it. So it is a general reading for the collective. Not every single message is going to resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. So without further ado, my dears and my darlings, let's see what's coming up here for Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and Libra Rising. We're going to move you all just a little bit closer. And the first card that's coming up here for the Libra collective is the Two of Cups. My. Now, those of you who watch my readings, you know that in the weekly forecast I try to focus on things outside of love and romance, and because there's so many love readings on YouTube. I don't have anything against love. I'm not saying that love isn't important. I just kind of try to offer something a little bit different because there's just so many love readings out there. Sometimes in the weekly forecast, Spirit will be like, well, we're going to talk about love in the weekly forecast. Sometimes that happens. It's a little too soon for me to know if this is going to be a love reading because we're only one card in. But obviously the Two of Cups does have a love or romantic aspect to it. It's sometimes referred to as the soulmate card. And so for some of you, there could be something positive happening for you in love life. Not just positive, but significant, right? Two of Cups is an ideal love. And some of you have heard me say that Two of Cups for me is the card of when giver meets giver. So unfortunately, when we're people who give, what happens? We attract people who take, right? And they take until we have nothing left to give. And once we have nothing left to give, what happens? They kick us to the curb. They discard us. But in this situation, you're dealing with someone who has had that experience. They've been in the same shoes as you. And so the Two of Cups is two people coming together. They're both givers. They're both investing here in the connection, in the relationship. They're both thinking, what can I do for my partner today? How can I be of service? How can I help? How can I fill their cup? So you have two people who are putting each other first. And so this is the kind of connection, partnership, relationship, collaboration that can go on forever. Because both people are invested and both people are there for one another. Now, it can be outside of the realm of love and romance. Like I said, partnership, collaboration. It doesn't have to be romantic. But in any event, if you're somebody that have found yourself in situations where you're giving and you're getting nothing back, the Two of Cups, like this is someone who speaks that language. This is someone who's been down that road. And so these are the two people who are giving to each other. This can also be resolution, like coming to a peaceful resolution after a time of conflict. It can be playfulness. But overall, it's a very positive energy here. This card also came up for Scorpio. So if you have a Scorpio placement or if you're dealing with a Scorpio, you may want to check out the Scorpio reading for the week ahead. The next card coming up here for the Libra collective is the Eight of Pentacles. And Eight of Pentacles, who did Eight of Pentacles? Eight of Pentacles may have come up for Pisces. So if you have a Pisces placement, or if you're dealing with a Pisces, maybe you want to check out that reading for this week. Eight of Pentacles is a card that comes up when we're being asked to take our time and work through the details of a situation. We might be really tempted to hurry up and rush something, and the message here is work out the details. Talk about it, right? Get things figured out. You don't have to rush something right now. You're better off taking your time and figuring out the little nuances and the details here. So if you're in a hurry to launch something like a product or some kind of creative endeavor. This might be telling you, hey, hold on now. There's no rush here. Take your time, double check it, go through it, fine tune it, tweak it here a little bit. You're not in a hurry to like hurry up and have to push it out there or get it out there. Eight of Pentacles can also come up when we're being guided or led to invest in learning a certain skill or getting some kind of accreditation or certification or some kind of equipment or a tool of some kind that we feel like might be profitable for us or give us the edge here or help us to expand on what we have to offer. And the Eight of Pentacles says, yes, like this is going to be something good for you. This is something that's going to pay off for you. Obviously, there's no need to rush and break the bank. You can take your time so you're not making an investment that's going to put you in a very dangerous or risky financial situation. You don't have to rush into making the investment. And you can put money aside and work towards it. But it will be a wise investment for some of you to pick up a skill or equipment or get some kind of training or certification here. Studying something, working out the details. I do feel here Eight of Pentacles coming up here next to the Two of Cups. I do feel for some of you where this is a situation having to do with love. Maybe there is like a love opportunity coming in for you this week. I feel there's like a very literal pun here that Spirit is bringing in, having it come up with the Eight of Pentacles, and that this might be a relationship that maybe this is somebody that you're meeting through your work, but more importantly, this could be somebody that is going to be an ally for you or a big support in your life work. Like if there's something that you've dedicated yourself to, or if there's like really big or important work that you're doing, maybe in the past you've put your love life on the back burner, or you've not proceeded with relationships because maybe people didn't like how much you worked, or they weren't in agreement with your life path. Maybe some of you are doing spiritual work and you've encountered people who are embarrassed by that, or they think it's weird or kooky or something. They don't get it. They don't understand it. And so this could be somebody who is supportive. Like they're supportive in what you're doing. They're not getting in the way of it. They're not criticizing it. And they may be encouraging you and supporting you in their way. And because the Two of Cups is here, I feel like you would be doing the same for that person. Whatever their life work is, whatever they've invested themselves in, maybe they also, like your experiences are mirroring one another. And so they also have that situation where there hasn't been support. Or people support them for a little bit and they're like, oh, this is stupid. Like, you should be doing something else. And so for them, love life has been difficult because they've also had people in their life who haven't really supported their life path or their life work. And so these might be two people coming together here where you're encouraging each other, you're supporting each other, you're helping each other work out the details and really perfect your craft or your work. There could be this aspect or this dynamic here for some of you. Now, the next card coming up here for the Libra Collective is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords can come up in several ways. Some of you have heard me say that the Two of Swords is kind of like a warning that if you're not careful, if you're not cautious, there's going to be a tower moment because your angels and guides might be showing you that you have to make certain changes or it's time to go in a certain direction. And if you don't, there's going to be a tower moment. I don't feel that energy or that vibe from the Two of Swords in this case, Libra. I don't feel like you're being warned that if you don't take certain steps, there's going to be a tower moment or what I call a cosmic prison break. I don't feel that sense. I feel the Two of Swords in the sense, and Maxie's coming up to me now wanting to go outside. So I feel, and it's funny because I was just about to say, I feel for some of you, the Two of Swords is whatever this partnership is. It could be a romantic partnership, a friendship, a business partnership. I feel the Two of Swords is like you're wanting to close your eyes to it, or like minimize it or downplay it, and like you're avoiding it. You're like not looking at it, or you're not going for it. And so I feel here, because as I said, there's a tower dynamic for me with the Two of Swords. I feel like it's kind of inevitable. Like your fear is keeping you from fully embracing it or going towards it. But I feel like there's this divine connection or this divine working where your angels and guides, I gotta let them out. One moment. All right, sorry about that. So I feel a sense like your angels and guides are bringing this union together. Like you're not going to be allowed to sabotage it. And maybe in the past, Libra, maybe you've been successful in sabotaging yourself. Or maybe this person, like maybe the role is reversed here. Maybe you're dealing with someone who has a tendency to sabotage themselves. Maybe you both have that tendency. But I feel like there's something here where it's being brought together regardless. Like there's a divine intervention, and the reason for this divine intervention is there's important work to be done here. There's important work to be done here, and so there's a spiritual partnership here. And as I said, I'm leaning towards romance because of the Two of Cups. But if you're completely and totally closed off from romance, maybe you're going to allow it in your life as a friendship or a business partnership. And you may avoid love, but it might be happening at some point here with this person. So I feel there's like a collaboration, a partnership, a coming together towards a common goal or encouraging each other. This could be something that... well, I'm just gonna say this. I don't want to get too much into it. I'm just gonna say this. I feel that, as I said, your angels, your guides, your spirit is in control here, because this is gonna be a good thing for you, and this is like there's some divine intervention happening here. And maybe in the past, divine intervention has always been about removing people and removing situations from your life. But in this instance, it's somebody being brought into your life. Okay? The next card here, wow, wow, Libra, is you. And this is super significant for me. Those of you who watch my readings, you know why. But for me, when I'm reading for somebody, and your major arcana card comes up, it tells me that everything that's going on in this current situation is directly connected to you coming into your true identity, your full authenticity, and taking back your power. This is a very empowering situation. This is shaking off the conditioning, the programming, the negative ego, living your best life unapologetically, without fear or worry about the approval of others or the opinions of others. And so it's like you're really living in your truth, and you're really confident, and you don't question yourself. And the things that you thought were flaws or defects, you're realizing are actually positive traits and valuable tools when applied. Like when you're applying yourself and when you're applying these productively, you're like, wow, these things that I thought were defects are actually strengths. So there's a sense here in coming into your power. There could also be contracts and agreements with the Justice card. Contracts and agreements. So some of you maybe are coming into a new spiritual contract, a new agreement with the universe, or accepting this contract that you have with this person who's coming in to work with you, to partner up with you. This could also be some kind of legal situation being resolved favorably, okay, and fairly. And the Justice card is about balancing the head and the heart. So some of you, maybe in the past, you've shied away from relationships or getting too close to people that you do business with. I'm not a Libra sun, I'm a Libra rising. But I know for me, as a reader and as a healer, I don't do any work on anybody that I am friends with, or that I'm dating or in a relationship with. I won't, because for me, if I'm emotionally invested, it makes it hard for me to be objective. It makes it hard for me to step aside and to do the reading or do the work, because it's like I'm emotionally invested, and so that can sometimes cloud my judgment, or cloud or influence how I'm interpreting things. And so maybe some of you have avoided doing business or partnering up with people that you have a personal connection to, because you have a hard time separating the head and the heart. But the Justice card says that we're coming into a time of balancing the head and the heart, right? Being able to listen to our heart, but taking logic with us, taking reason with us, not abandoning one for the other. And so some of you in the past, Libra, you feel like every time I listen to my heart, I get burned. Every time I listen to my head, I'm absolutely miserable. And this is saying now you're going to come into balance. You're not going to get burned. You're not going to be miserable. You're going to bring the two together, and you're going to be able to make good decisions moving forward. You're going to be able to trust in the decisions that you're making, and making fair and balanced decisions. I also feel here that whatever this partnership is, it's going to be fair. It's going to be equal. It's going to be 50-50. And this could be in terms of what each is bringing to the table, in terms of support or emotional, here with this Two of Cups, right? Two people equally invested, two people equally contributing, fair, balanced. For some of you, this could also be a play on words where you like to work alone. I see this a lot in the comments, especially lately. Like just angry comments, like, I work alone, I don't deal with anybody. And I hear you. I was like that for a long time too, at one stage in my healing. But for some of you, maybe you work alone and you don't deal with anybody because it hasn't been fair and it's been a headache. But Spirit is trying to teach you that you can have healthy collaboration. You can have healthy partnership. You can have people that are, doing their share. And so maybe some of you have been shut off to it because it's been too much of a headache, because it hasn't been equal. It hasn't been the way it's supposed to be. Well, guess what? Now you get to experience it the way it's supposed to be. You may want to check out your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks your moon sign or rising sign might resonate more than your sun sign. If you want to check out the love readings for July, those are linked in the description. If you want to schedule a private reading with me, there's a link in the description of the video that will take you to calendly.com/amethystangelite, and you can schedule a private reading with me there. And for those of you who don't know, every single day on this channel, I post a daily message by popular demand. So if you want to start your day off with a little spiritual message and a card for the day, be sure to check that out as well. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead, and hope to see you all in the daily messages too. Take care and be well, my darlings.